Welcome back to Game Gods Xenoverse. And today we're going to be talking a little bit about why Mark Zuckerberg, Facebook, banned Andrew Tate. And what that means for you and for generally anybody on these types of platforms. Let's go ahead and get into it. Cue the intro. So, a couple days ago, Andrew Tate got banned from both Facebook and Instagram simultaneously. Over there, Marky Mark was like, you know what, we don't want anybody who supports male theories on our platform. We don't want anyone who talks about how to improve yourself on our platform if it's specifically aimed towards men. We don't know why exactly. We know that Andrew Tate says some things that not everybody likes, but it's the internet. If you share an opinion, you can have an opinion that not everybody likes. That's par for the course. That's just how it goes. If you said something and everybody liked it, that would be the first time in history that anything was said where everybody liked it. You just don't expect that to happen because it doesn't happen. You can say things where the majority of people like, and in this case, the majority of men do like what Andrew Tate has to say. And quite a few women understand where he's coming from, and even some like what he has to say as well. The major message that you get from listening to Andrew Tate is that you can better yourself and get a bunch of bitches. They do go hand in hand. So, what are we talking about today specifically is why. Why would Instagram and Facebook collaborate at the same time to get rid of someone who tries to help men better themselves? Well, I think the answer is pretty obvious. In 2022, and for the last maybe 4 or 5 years, Western society has been in this interesting kind of situation where they're trying to appease a bunch of people who are just marshmallows. They're Care Bear, they're soft. When I played Lineage 2, we called people who didn't want to fight, who just wanted to be peaceful, Care Bears. These people are Care Bears. See, if you don't have the spirit of a warrior inside of you, you're already limited in where you can go in life. There's very few people who don't have the spirit of a warrior who can get somewhere in life. It does happen. I mean, you take a look at Bezos, gave up half his shit to some chick who didn't invent none of the things that he did. There's no way that I would give half my empire to some chick who wasn't going to be with me. If you're on one of these platforms, you're going to find that your speech is definitely limited. And they'll label pretty much any and everything hate speech. If you tell, for instance, I've been banned off of Twitter. I've had issues with Instagram. If you tell someone that biologically you're stuck being, well, not stuck, you cannot change whether you're a male or female, these platforms will get mad with you. They'll ask you to delete your post and basically say you're sorry. And that is just the wrong approach, because facts are facts. Fuck your feelings. No one cares how you feel about things. The world doesn't care how you feel about things. Facts are facts. Maybe your friends, maybe your echo chamber, maybe your parents, if you're lucky, give a little bit of a shit about how you feel about something, but the world does not. The problem with these platforms is that they don't want you to remember that you do have to try, that you do have to be better than other people. They want people to not fat shame. They ban hashtag thigh gap just because these hot Asian chicks had the nice little gap in the thighs right by the vajayjay and the little inner muscles and the legs and the thighs. It was a great sign of prestigiousness of thin and fitness, right? Because if you're a thin chick or if you're a fit chick, then you have a thigh gap. Don't think you do? Take your clothes off, go stand in front of the mirror, come back and write in my comment section. Guaranteed. So thigh gap was a cool little hashtag that was trending. If you like girls that had thigh gaps, that meant they fit a specific type of physique that you could appreciate. Ban that hashtag. They ban a lot of hashtags that make for stimulating conversations or motivational topics, right? Now they're to the point where they want you to just go ahead and get down with fat people in commercials and just be cool with that. Now, the reason I bring all this up and what that has to do with Andrew Tate and eventually you is that they just want to brainwash you. And if you don't buy into the brainwashing, then they want to get rid of you, silence you, remove you from the platform. And if you don't have a big voice, you just disappear into the quiet of the night and nobody knows. Now, they do it to someone like Andrew Tate. Dr. Disrespect goes through some shit. Somebody with some name or some clout goes through shit. And then you hear about it. But what if they had done it to you last night? What if you went to log into your Instagram account or your Facebook or your Twitter and you just couldn't? Who would have heard about that? So for every one person that they do it to who has clout, they do it to tens and thousands of other people who say things that they don't agree with. Now, it's funny because these, I don't want to say left, kind of things, because it's not a political thing, right? People who feel these ways identify with political parties, but it's not political parties who are feeling these ways, if that makes sense, right? People choose to identify with either right or left if you live in North America or wherever you live. People and their personalities, they feel identify with one party over another, no matter where you live. So it's not a right or a left issue. It's a sensitive issue. People who are too goddamn soft for their own good or to be successful or to make it through life in any time period, not just now, but any time period. You right now, complaining on Twitter, live in the easiest, softest time of human history. But you still find time to whine about shit. I used to always say that if you didn't like cops, living in a city that had just the right amount of crime is perfect. Because cops who get shot don't go setting up speed traps after 7 p.m. when it gets dark, right? It provides you a certain layer of safety. The criminals doing criminal shit. It's funny, right? It's actually sad, because the safer a place is, the safer a country is, the more petty shit they find to complain about to make your life difficult, right? If you go to a place that's super fucking safe, then they have all these dumbass safe rules that just impede your existence, Maybe walking, chewing bubblegum and spitting into the grass might get you a ticket, Cops find more times to set up speed traps and all sorts of dumb things. People find time to whine about things that don't involve them. If you're a female and you listen to Andrew Tate and you get upset by that, that's your fucking fault. His message isn't a message for females. Just like this channel, it can help females, but it's for men. I want to talk to you because I know that especially right now and always throughout history, it's been a real hard time for men to find their way. It was easier in other parts of history, and it's still easier to this day in other parts of the world. But it's harder because they want to silence you, they want to silence me, they want to silence anyone who wants to tell the truth and help you be a man. One of the worst words out there right now is the term cis. Now, if it was Sith, that'd be fucking cool. But they want to imply that if someone wants to change their gender, that it can be done, which is false. And B, that you, as the original, now need a suffix before your prefix before your name, right? No, you're the original. You get to be a man. You get to be a woman. You're not a cis anything. That's fucking retarded. So take that out of your vocabulary right now. And if you hear someone say it, correct them. That's incorrect English. There is no cis. It doesn't exist. What does exist is faux, fake. If you'd like to apply those terms to someone impersonating something they're not, then by all means. The cool thing about Andrew Tate is that, like myself, he's not afraid to say these things. I've been saying these things for years, and I've encountered problems similar to what he's gone through, so I know what it's like. It's really unfortunate when you just speak from the heart and what you say isn't harmful and is true. And the platform that you're on back the haters. In fact, the platforms that you are on are also the haters, and it makes no sense. It's throughout history, And it's not just like I was saying earlier, left or right issue, right? Whoever's in charge tries to impose their will on others, right? Right now, I guess you could say leftism in North America is a very powerful thing. They're rearing their little heads and causing all sorts of problems and good things as well. There's good and bad to it. And they want to put cis before what your gender is. And they want you to accept fat fuckers. And they want you to tell women they're great and tell females that it's okay if they get fat and can't jump a fence. When the zombie apocalypse kicks off, I'm telling you, like 78% of North America is just going to die the first day because they can't fit through doors, sit on airplane seats, or get over fences. But it wasn't just, quote unquote, the left, right? If you are one of these people who buy into political ideologies and parties, remember when rap was horrible? Was that like a Bush or a Reagan? Who the fuck was that? Like, whatever political party is in power tries to just shut everybody up. And that's the problem, right? Because if it wasn't the left, it would just be the right getting mad at fucking video games. I can say, right? Well, it also has its good and bads. But since North America has been more liberalized, I haven't had anybody try to ban my fucking video games or my media, so it's fucking cool. On the other hand, I've had people try to change my video games and my media so that they aren't the things that I once enjoyed, which is a problem in itself. Before, you had the writing control. They're trying to ban my fucking video games and my media. But it was what I loved, you know? You fuckers can't get anything right. So, what does this mean for you if they're willing to get rid of somebody like Andrew Tate? Andrew Tate right now is the most popular guy on the internet. He's been looked up more than Donald, more than Obama, more than anyone. He's Googled, search engine, whatever, more than anyone on the planet right now. You know? And they saw fit to just try to silence him, get rid of him. Because he wants to tell men, get your shit together, have a bunch of bitches, don't get married. That's, in general, that's what I would say a quick synopsis of his messages, right? A quick overview. I believe all those things as well. I've been basically saying that marriage in the West is a bad fucking idea if you're a man. If you get married in the West, you are probably fucking up. And if you're a smart man, you probably, and most definitely, don't want to do anything that is probably fucking up. So just don't. If you love someone or someone's, then you can all be together, have your harem, whatever you want to do. You just want to tie yourself down with one chick, then that's up to you as well. Bad decisions can't be yours. But don't put paperwork with it. There's no reason to put the government into your relationship. That just, why? You really love your country so much you want to marry a goddamn country too? Because that's what it is. Just don't. You could stay together 300 years with a girl and never need to put the government into your relationship. I can't think of one reason to do that. So, what's my advice? If you're on these social media platforms, keep an eye out for other alternatives. There aren't a whole lot right now. But it's also important to stay on these social media platforms because if we just let one side have the say with no opposing voice, then that creates a huge problem on its own, right? The thing with places like Twitter and Instagram is that you have a very vocal minority, and they are a vocal minority. These fuckers don't exist offsite the internet, right? If you go to a store and you ask somebody how many genders there are, they're going to tell you there's 2. If you ask fucking pink-haired chicken Twitter with the buzz cut, she's going to tell you there's like 87. One of these people are wrong. So what can you do? Well, Fresh and Fit, Myron, he's got a petition on one of his videos. I'll find the link and I'll put it in the description of this video to get Andrew Tate unbanned off of Facebook and Instagram. Will it work? Maybe. It should work, given that the reason that he was banned is that a few of these weird gender confused motherfuckers kept hounding these platforms to get rid of them. Well, people speaking up should undo that effect, right? So I would say hit that petition. Let them know that they're being stupid by listening to these people and siding with these people. And the word people is a very nice word for them because I see them as less than human. They just aren't. The next thing you can do is you can start being the vocal majority. If you believe there's two genders, if you hear a creator speak on something that you agree with, say something in the comments, retweet it, share it. This video, share it. It's not going to just help me, it's going to help other creators too. Other people who in the future may or may not be banned because you shared their content and supported it. See, corporations really don't give a fuck about what's right and wrong. Just ask World War II Germany, man. Just ask America when they put Japanese citizens in concentration camps of their own. Yeah, look that shit up. I know a lot of motherfuckers out there is super young. Some of you motherfuckers like 19, 20, you have no idea what America has done. Yeah, they put Japanese citizens in concentration camps. When the fucking planes flew into some buildings and shit, they put a whole lot of Middle Eastern people on watch lists. Here's what I'm saying. Is that right and wrong doesn't exist in the eyes of corporations or countries. What they want is power, and what they want is for you to like them so that they can get you to do what they say. Whatever people seem to be gravitating towards is what they'll support. And the pendulum will swing back the other way, you know? It wasn't long ago that you had cool commercials with chicks in bikinis and all that great stuff. Remember Carl's Jr.? They had some of the best freaking commercials where chicks are eating burgers and wet t-shirt contests and bikinis and modeling on cars while holding a sandwich and all that great shit. Almost any company you like had hot bitches representing their shit. Not very long ago, in fact. And if you're looking at, and I'll get to a great point in a moment, you're going to love this one. It's going to solidify everything I'm just telling you right now. But if you look back at any company that you enjoyed, some of their commercials, they had tons of hot chicks representing their stuff. And in recent history, the vocal minority has been telling these companies that you like fat girls. And I know that's not true. Holy fucking shit. Even if you're with a fat girl right now, look over at her right now, tell her that you might like some of the things she does, but she needs to lose that fucking weight. Don't lie to her. Don't lie to her. Be honest. And if she does lose the weight, drop her. Now, here's the part you're going to love, right? These companies that tell you fat girls are okay, that hot girls are trash, that men are not what's up, that females are in, that will ban Andrew or not support a creator who says things that I say or that other men say. I want you to go type in that company's name and a commercial for them in Korea or Japan or China. See what their commercials over there look like, because they don't have fat, pink-haired people representing shit over there. They don't have a bunch of white dudes representing shit over there either. You look over there, they have the most amazingly fit, hot Asian girls you've ever seen representing their stuff. Be it Coca-Cola or Pepsi or whatever it may be. They got the hot bitches over there, because the rest of the world realizes that what you like and what I like are pretty much the same. We like our people to be fit, not just males or females, but both of them. I can say that for a fact. Obviously, the fitter the girl is, the better. But if I have a friend who's a guy, if he's fat, I'm gonna tell him to cut that shit out. We want people to look capable. And that's a whole nother video for a whole nother time, why we biologically prefer that, hands down. But we do, and that's a fact. And these countries, other outside of, well, Western countries, they haven't folded, you know. It's really interesting because white people really rubber band. Like, they went real hard this way and then real hard the other way. Like, they're one moment they're trying to make people do indentured work, basically. You know what I'm talking about. And on the other hand, they just fucking rolled over and died and just said, if I'm tired of being a white man, I just let these females run the country. And, well, Now you got fat black chicks telling you it's okay to be fat and that you can be fit while fat. No, you can be fat while fat. And I'm going to say it here. You're thinking it over there, and Andrew said it there. Don't let people getting banned or getting in trouble stop you from telling the truth. Because when they silence one person, they hope to make an example. The only example that they should get from this, the only message they should get from this, is that you can't shut people up. You can try, but you're just going to shine more light on your own flaws when you try to ban somebody for being honest with the community. So, what does this mean for Facebook, Instagram, and some of the others? It means that they're in the same goddamn spot that they were a couple years ago, where they're just banning men for being honest, telling you there's two genders, telling you to, make as much money as you can, get as many females as you want. There's nothing wrong with that. There's ways to do these things properly. And from all accounts, from what I've seen, most of the men in the quote-unquote red pill space do a very good job of telling you how to do these things in a way that I would condone. If you want to have 8 girlfriends, there's totally fine. You just be honest about it with each one of them. And if everything's going according to plan, you can get them all to line up and you can be the man. I saw a really cool documentary about this on another YouTube channel. I'll probably post a little clip right here so you can see.
It wasn't just Luana who caught his eye.
Eu tenho 8 parceiras junto com a Luana. Não existe só um amor entre eu e ela, né? Existem vários amores.
After showing the world their unique relationship style, they began.
If you want to have a lot of money, there's a lot of ways to get a lot of money that don't involve robbing people or ripping people off. You can get everything that you want in life without going down the bad street. It can be harder and it can be easier. It just depends on how and what it is that you want. But you can get it without turning into a bad guy, a bad person. Howsoever, the world's going to push you. It's going to push you and it's going to show you ways that you think might be shortcuts. And sometimes a shortcut is okay to take. Some people will tell you it's not. Definitely don't beat your head against the wall if you can just walk around it quickly, right? You don't have to go through something if you can go around it quickly, right? You don't have to go over something if you can go through it gently, right? Play smarter, not harder. If you do these things, you can have the things that you want in life. And just like Andrew and some of the others are telling you, I'm also telling you the same thing. So I want you to go ahead and subscribe to this video because that's the message of the day. Is don't let them shut you up and stay on track for your goals. Get your money, get your females, get your cars, play your games, but balance everything out so that you can find success. Your journey in life is to get to a point where you can be a prime example to others so that they can get somewhere. If you're not able to help other people, then you're wasting your time on this planet. I'm not saying you should off yourself. That's another video for another time. On that subject, I'm actually in favor of leaving it in your hands, up to you. But what I am saying is that you need to get stronger. Make yourself strong, your core strong, who you are strong, so that you can be strong enough to carry the weight of someone else until they can become strong. And that's how we become a stronger community. If you're tired of these dumbass, weak-ass, sensitive-ass kids shooting up schools, then you need to start being the example that other men can be. Because, face it, men are men, and we're always going to have a masculine energy. That's going to either come out in a very positive way, or it's going to come out in a way that can make someone a villain. It cannot be suppressed. It cannot be gotten rid of. And it shouldn't. It's a wonderful, amazing thing to be a man. You are basically the superhero of Earth. Or the anti-hero, that's cool too. Just don't be the villain. And without someone to teach you and show you how, it's very easy to fall into the villain role. And with people trying to tell men to not be men, you're finding a lot of males who don't know how to be men, and they fall into villain roles. Support me support other men in the red pill space, and up your game. Make sure you share this video, seriously. See you in the next one. Subscribe, all that good shit, because we're dropping real content that will change your life on a regular basis. Guy Connecticut, see you in the next video. Do all that like, subscribe stuff so that you can be there when I drop these gems of knowledge for you. And so that you can show a little love and a little support. You can't expect YouTube to come through, right? Oh yeah, free Andrew Tate. I'm gonna drop that link in the description, okay? Hit that petition for me. See ya. Oh yeah, and free Andrew Tate.